Well, good morning. Welcome to Glory. Glad that you've made it out. Come on in and grab a seat. If you need some coffee, top that off quick and come on in, come on in. We are going to begin. If you didn't get one on your way in, make sure you grab one. We have bulletins out there that have lots of information, lots of ongoing events, things that we want you to be appraised of so that you can put it in your calendar so that you don't miss out on all of the great things that we have going on. Because you know, it's busy. Life is busy, church is busy, and there's always something that you could be part of. A couple of things real quick. We're going to have a few announcents here, and then we're going to jump into celebrating. It is Senior Sunday. It's also, I guess, Flying to the Window Sunday. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but did you see it? Yeah, there's like a mark, a bird, just like he wanted to come celebrate, apparently, in worship, but I don't know if he comes around to the door, maybe we'll let him in, but there's a distinct mark I can see on the window where that bird hit. So he may be unconscious outside if somebody needs lunch, I don't know. I didn't quite see what kind it was. It was big though. Anyhow, welcome to Glory, and we're going to do some announcements, and then we are going to celebrate with our seniors. It's Senior Sunday. It's the Sunday we celebrate the graduating class of 2023, and we're excited for that. Now, we have a number of different things from quilts and Bibles for students. We have a number of students who aren't here who are kind of in our church's extended family who will be getting them at some future date and time. Examples would be like Jack Lind, for instance. Jack, and it would be Gail and Jack Gilbertson's grandson. Jack and his family have been here all of their lives through VBS, and they're active, they serve, and our ladies were certainly more than willing to be a blessing to them in making quilts for some of those students like that. And so that would just be an example. So there are a few other students that won't be here, but they are also going to be recipients of various things across perhaps the summer, depending on their schedules with that. And so we get to do that. We get to celebrate with them. We get to rejoice. And I did tell the students, and I don't know how many have or haven't taken advantage of it, but they can certainly put if they're having a grad party or something of that nature, they can certainly stick those in the church boxes to save the expenses of mailing them and whatnot. That's perfectly okay. So if you see those in there, they have my blessing to do that. With that, a few things that I am going to point out. We have a bunch of upcoming things for our student ministry. Now, this week on Tuesday evening, we have a Mad for Christ planning meeting. That's here at the church at 7 p.m. And that's for all who are interested in being part of that process for our 7th through 12th grade students, whether it's parents, grandparents, church members, students. You're all invited and welcome to join us for that as we continue to look at and plan for and develop what the future of that program looks like. And so that's at 7 p.m. And then on Wednesday, that same group of students, the 7th through 12th grade students, as well as any of the adults who want to go, who are going down on the missions trip this weekend to the Twin Cities, that gathering, instead of being here at the church, is at the Nix's home. And if you don't know where the Nix's live, give or take a mile straight north of the church where we're sitting right at this very moment is where the Nix's farm is. But if you need specific directions and you've not been to the Nix's before, do let us know and we'll make sure that we get you there. But it's not going to be here at the church. So if you come here or if you drop your student off here, they're going to either have to walk through a mosquito-infested swamp to get there or go around the quarter section and hike down the gravel road. And I drove that gravel road this last week, and it's really dusty, so you don't want to be walking on it. So I do recommend just take your student directly to the Nix's home there at the Nix's farm, and it's a great chance to come. And even if you're not going on the missions trip, that is our regular Wednesday youth group gathering. And so if you're just coming out of 6th grade, so you're entering into 7th grade this fall, on up through into the end of high school, including our grads, they are all welcome to come and join us for that. And of course, families are certainly welcome to come, parents and whatnot, to observe if you feel a desire to do that. So we've got that. We've got Bible studies. We've got all kinds of other things going on, and they are there in the bulletins. People to pray for, things to do, things to see. Be part of it. Get plugged in. And with that, that is the stuff that I'm going to point out, other than the last thing is Kermit's birthday information is here. There's a larger sheet for Kermit Espeseth's 80th birthday. Is there a last name harder to say than Espeseth? That's a tough tongue-twisting name. Anyhow, there's information. Many of you know Kermit and his family, of course, and there's a big sheet on the Welcome Center there, and everyone's invited. You don't have to bring gifts, and it'll be a great time. I'm sure there'll be music. I'm sure there'll be storytelling. I'm sure it'll be fun. So do plug in with that. Well, with that, I'm going to invite, Artis is going to join me, and then our senior students, we're going to invite all of you to come forward. So come on up, senior students. As the senior students are coming in, we got Alex, we got Vickert. Come on, Will. Come on, Leilani. Who else do we have? Come on, come on. Yep. So a couple of things. When we are done with worship today, if you guys would just hang out at the very end after communion, we'll get some pictures here. We'll get a group picture of everyone involved, and you'll be holding your spoils and all that kind of stuff. We will have rotating, as you may have seen if you got here a little bit earlier, some of the pictures of these students. I asked, I guess mostly the moms, because they're responsible for most of that kind of stuff, if they would send me a few photos, and so the moms all sent me some photos, and you'll see some of them begin to rotate through as we just go through this process. You'll see, so like when Alex is up, you'll get to see some pictures that you probably don't know your mom sent me. And I did request nothing too embarrassing, okay? So don't sweat it too much here. Well, with that, Artis is one of our quilters, one of our representatives of our women's ministry. She does a lot around here. Yes. Oh, yes. Would you guys step up? They'll see you better. There we go. Artis is partially responsible for the work that goes in here. There's many ladies and Raleigh who do a lot of the work on these things. And it's a blessing to have a group of people who want to do this and who are excited about doing this, and so we're thankful for it. And you guys hopefully will have a cool quilt that'll somewhat, be a blessing to you, and not just keeping you warm, but like the camo or whatever. They're pretty cool, I think. So take it for what you will. And then we have Bibles. The Bibles that we have this year. A nice leather-bound Bible that we give to our students when they graduate. These are the Reformation Study Bibles, so they have great little notes in them and indexes, and you can read all about that later on. And with that, we are excited to celebrate today, the four of you. There are more, but the four of you. So with that, let's start with Leilani, because we got Leilani already up on the screen. Leilani, if you don't know Leilani's done all kinds of things, but one of the cool things, and I'm just going to brag on her a little bit, is she oversees the youngest kids program for our Vacation Bible School. She's passionate about making sure that the littles get to hear about Jesus. And I think that's extraordinarily cool that a young lady in her teens has taken that on herself to say, I want to make sure that these little tiny impressionable children get to hear about Jesus. And so that's a truly wonderful and beautiful thing. Artis, I'm going to let you speak, and then you can give her her quilt if you want to go first.
We're glad we can have 4 of the 10. We made 10 quilts this year for graduates, and a lot of them help out with Bible school and such, and these 4 are really great. Some of the kids got to pick their quilts out ahead of time, and this is the one that Leilani picked. Got your name on it.
The students don't have to talk a whole lot. I'm just going to ask if you would just share, what are your plans for the future? Is it you're going to be hanging out? Are you heading to Poland? What are you going to do? Kinds of things. Because we have students doing all sorts of different things, and it's pretty cool what they do, and we're excited to hear about that. And sometimes if you were like me, when I graduated, I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to this place, and that's at least what I knew at the moment. So that's okay, too. You don't have to have your life figured out at your age. That's okay.
I guess I'm just going to stay here, keep on working where I'm working, and just grow up, I guess.
Yeah. That's awesome. Leilani serves in the sound booth as well. You'll find her back there frequently making things happen and go. And so we're just thankful to have had you, and thankful to get to invest in you, and thankful to have you sticking around, because we're excited to have her as part of our team. So excellent. Next, I'm sorry, I should give her a Bible, right? This is for you. And if you happen to set these down, students, I have customized them on the inside. I just stuck stickers on the outside so I know for my purposes. Next is Alex Palm. And I'm going to drop yours. Testing it, breaking it in. The good thing is, if I ruin it, I have a spare. I have one extra. Sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Congratulations, God bless.
That one's really cool. I like the American flag, kind of red, white, and blue themes. Alex is one of our local athletes, and he's been involved in basketball, track, football, primarily. And I know you're going to do something, I think, in college, because I kind of saw something on the internet about it. So why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to Bethel for college.
Yay.
And I'll be majoring in psychology and running track.
There we go. So, do you know what do you want to run?
I'm probably going to do hurdles, but I don't really know. Whatever
Okay.
my coach thinks.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And then your Bible. I'll take that. There you go. Well, let's do Fickert, or sometimes known as Faith, next. This is Fickert Swanson. And hers is right on top.
And we want to congratulate Faith, and she got to pick out her quilt. Whoops, I almost dropped yours.
Here, I'll take that. There we go, kiddo.
Yeah, I don't have that big of plans. I guess for the summer I'm going to be hanging out here, and then when school starts up again, I'm going to start like the Atlas program, which will teach me more about adulthood and stuff